Hello, everyone. Welcome to my very second YouTube live. I'm very excited to have you here. Today, we are going to speak about two very important topics, and that has been concerning to me all this while. The first one is what is anxiety and how is it killing millions of dreams every single day? How is it affecting so many youth that people are literally on medicines, on pills, just because some therapy they are going to and they are wanting to cure this anxiety. But firstly, it's important for us to understand what is anxiety and why it needs to be cured at the very first place, why this needs to be tackled with. That is going to be our first half. Second half will be about a framework which I call, as I have introduced, it is the tri-axis vision framework. It is a 3D framework of mind, heart, and your legs, which will give you a roadmap to live successfully, to make your own path and find your own success for your own self. If you follow these three things, that tri-axis vision framework, there is no way you're going to fail again in your life, and I can guarantee that. But for that, you need to understand that why you're currently completely not in sync with your future. What is anxiety and why is it affecting you so much? And then we'll jump into it. So, what is anxiety? Anxiety is nothing but when your future vision of yourself is completely unsynced with your present self. What I mean by that is you have this inkling, that vision for yourself, that gut screaming at you that you're meant for something more, you're meant for something huge, you're going to do big. This is not fine, but for some reason your present self, your present physical self, is completely unsynced with your future self. There is no way you see that your present self can achieve that vision which you can feel but you can't see. It is nothing but a complete unsync of your present self with your future self, your present being with your future vision. Because currently you're stuck, you don't know what to do. You have tried several multiple businesses, none of them are working out, but something is telling you that you are meant for something huge. You are, this is not okay, I'm not done, there has to be more to this. So that feeling doesn't let you live peacefully either, because your current self is nowhere, not in track, not in path to any of that success which you can feel for yourself. And let me tell you here, if you feel that you're meant for something more, 99.9% of time those people are. But many people shoot them out as they grow up, saying that, you know what, it is too late, I cannot achieve my vision, and hence this was never meant to happen. And then there is depression. This very same anxiety gets converted into depression just because they still have that feeling that, you know what, I can achieve this great thing, but they haven't. The train has gone, this the ship has sailed, and they do not know what to do. And now that very anxiety which they lived for 25 to 35 years of age, that has converted into depression. So we are talking about a serious concern which is affecting majorly today's youth, specifically 25-year to 35-year old age. A normal Google will tell you, so none of, neither a Harvard nor any other organization has done any research. They do not have particular number, but I'll show you how many people are actually suffering with career anxiety and why is this a big concern to begin with. Just look at that, anxiety disorders. An estimated 4% of the global population currently experience an anxiety disorder. 301 million people. See, 15% of working age adults have a mental disorder, and 12 billion people working days are lost annually to depression and anxiety, according to WHO. One in six people, 14.7% experience mental health problems in the workplace. 60% of professionals experience career anxiety concerns. More than one third postgraduates, it is or an article by NHI 2023 that one third of postgraduates suffer from anxiety disorder. And this prevalence has had slight upward trends in 2005. A survey conducted in 2022 found that young adults aged between 18 and 24 were more likely to suffer from moderate to severe stress, depression, and anxiety symptoms. Layoff anxiety, there's something called layoff anxiety. Nearly half of the employed Americans, 48%, suffer with layoff. And one third of those say fear of pending recession, that is 34%. It is significantly affecting millions of youth every day all across the world. It is costing their life. I have no problem you taking therapy, but if you are completely dependent on medicines, pills to cure your anxiety, that is a concern for me, because that is not the way of life. So the only solution for you is to find that very thing of whatever your vision is and align yourself to it, and move towards it. That is the only way out, because if you feel that you're meant for something more, 100% you are meant for it. The only thing is you have to stop running after these shortcuts, that you know what, that person has earned n million through, I don't know, drop shipping, through marketing, whatever it may be. But you need to stop running after quick rich schemes. They are not permanent income. They are not for future. It does not mean that just because he has been able to do it, you will be able to do it. If you want to cure your anxiety and live a successful life of financial freedom, of mental freedom, freedom of your own freedom, you have to stop running after quick rich schemes. I can help you only if you stop running after them. So all I want to say is you have to stop running after quick risk schemes. But another fact, whatever your vision is, whatever that thing is, whatever that the business idea is not going to make absolutely any sense to you. There will be no data to it. There will be no logic to it. People will be saying this is a stupid idea. This is not the great idea. This is not going to work. It is gonna be the only thing which can make you reach success, which can make you see that vision of your own self. So I'll give you some example of people whose business ideas made absolutely no sense, but they were absolutely successful. Why? Because just because they had no idea, they did something very different, which made them stood apart from all businessmen over the world. And what it did, people were like, oh, look at that. That is something new. Negative publicity is also publicity, so it's very important. But I'm not saying that you will get a negative publicity, but here it is. People go like, wow, she has done something different. And people start Googling and like, great. So the more absurd your idea is, the more different you are, the more haywire you go with your business idea and marketing strategy, the more successful your business is going to be. I'll give you three examples. One, Sarah Blakely started with pantyhose business at a point when people did not care about women wearing pantyhose, but she did. And all she did was, she one fine day she was like, you know what, this pantyhose is not sticking to my legs right. I'm really uncomfortable, and I will find a solution to it. And she went door to door, seeing that whether this pantyhose is something which women would want to wear, and they wanted it. And she sold her company for $1.5 billion. She is still considered to be one of the greatest youngest entrepreneurs. Second, Sprinkles. Sprinkles was an entirely cupcake based business. 100% cupcake based business, where now people are most used to seeing bakery. The founder was like, you know what, I'm gonna make a cupcake vending machine. And she did. People Googled that what is this cupcake vending machine, and it went haywire. She also sold her business for millions of dollars. Richard Branson, a very recent post, he said that, you know what, because of my dyslexic thinking, I could start an airline. Why? just because many entrepreneurs thought that they need to have some fleet of flights to have an airline business. What he did, he started with one. He just leased one aircraft from Boeing and he said that, you know what, I'll sell the tickets in advance. I'll get the money first, keep the fuel charges and all catering charges for the later. I'll do an advanced ticketing system, get the money, and then I'll lease the aircraft from Boeing. One aircraft, and he was successful. That is how his business was made. So your idea, your success will have no set path. Mm, it is possible that people will completely consider it stupid, but it is the best path which can uh, guarantee lead to your success. Why? Is because you'll be so concerned about that topic, about those people, that there'll be nothing stopping you, and that is gonna be your business idea, which is gonna make you loads of money. So this entire thing is about the mismatch between your gut and your mind. Your mind is saying that, you know what, if I do this, if I pick up this career or this business, I'm going to make loads of money. But your gut is saying, no, 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 it is not meant for you, you're meant for something different. So no matter how much time you spend in convincing your mind that, you know, this is a quick rich scheme, I'll be able to do this, I'll be able to do that, you're not gonna win. Do not even try. Only thing you're not gonna end up having is wasted number of years. You will just waste n number of years just circling around with no fruitful advantage to yourself. Do you really want to have that? Do you really want to have that? All it's going to do is again push you further into anxiety, because what will happen, the first thing which you think is not going to work, then you go to a second thing and like, you know what, I can do this, I can do that, and then even that doesn't work and you try the third thing and even that doesn't work. You're wasting years, and at the end of the day what will happen, you'll cross that age group and you'll fall into depression, just like we saw. The data says it to you, right? There's so many people going through this. The only way is to bring your mind and your gut in sync, 100% sync. But for that, you need to remove a lot of brain fog, a lot of brain fog. So there's a lot of limiting beliefs which we grow up with, which stops us from seeing our own potential. The reason you spend or waste years of time in just figuring things out, just because there is some beliefs which tell you that, you know what, you need to have credible source of income, you need to have that reputed source of income. I am meant for this but I'm not meant for that. Very recently I read a Reddit post which said that, you know what, since I'm a girl, I want to get into trade, but since I'm a girl I cannot get into trade. Who says so? Why are you killing your own potential, your own opportunities? Just because somebody said to you or your parents said to you that, you know what, girls don't get into trade, and there you killed your gut. Because your gut said that, you know what, I'm meant for trade. But your mind said that, no, 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 I am a girl. Girls don't do it. I need a reputed income. I need a reputed business. I need a reputed corporate. Stop being so selfish. Till the time you're being selfish about your own self, there is no moving forward from here. All you're going to do is end up in circles. That is all. You're going to end up wasting years of your life. Please, I'm repeating it again and again. Please do not waste your time doing this. If your gut is telling you that you're meant for this, go do it, no matter how absurd the idea is, how weird the idea is, how non reputable the source of income is. All you need to do to achieve that absurdity, is a right strategy and little bit of patience and little bit of time. And I can guarantee you that where you're here today, you won't be here. You will be at completely different level, sitting at a very different income bracket. But you're not ready to let go of your few months or few years to achieve that vision of yours. So the only way out is to figure out who you are, what you really want, remove the limiting beliefs, whatever it says that, you know what, I'm a girl. You have to say that I'm a girl, I can get into trade. I just gave you three examples which of girls who had completely absurd ideas, and just because of they were they were absurd about their ideas, they made it big because people see people who are absurd. And I'll give you a very simple example here. While scrolling Instagram, why are there the most viral of topics? Why are there people just being weird? Because people see, notice, and Google when they are weird, when they're doing something different, when they say something which absolutely makes no sense to them, and people Google. And today's attention is your new currency. It is your own currency, right? So all you need to do is, no matter how absurd you are, you need to bring your original self. And that can only come out once you overcome, remove that brain fog, which is telling you that, you know what, I need to achieve things before 30, I'm a girl. That is all bullshit. Second, coming to the very important question, that what do you really want to pursue? That will be very simple. It is something which is frustrating you currently and which you do not like how the world is going, how the world is working. That will be your frustrating point. The thing which frustrates you, that why is this thing in the world is working this way? Why not this way? If you have something of that sort, no matter, it can be as simple as your, I don't know, your pen not working in a certain manner, your AC not working in a certain manner. It can be as simple as that. But it has to be something which is frustrates you to the point that you cannot see it further happening. That is what your gut is saying, that you need to solve this problem, and only you are meant to solve this problem. There will be nobody else who can do that better than you. And the chances are, along with you, there will be 10 more people who are equally frustrated with that fact, but do not care enough to pay attention, but you do. That will be your gut. If it's talking to you again and again, if it's frustrating to you again and again, that is your business idea to solve. You do not have to go, do not forget about motivational speakers who tell you that, you know what, you need to do different things. Pick up what is frustrating you in this world, what you do not like about the world functioning in a certain manner, and do that thing and solve that problem. I'll tell you the fact. So these are not even like, you know what, you'll just have a business out of it. These will be multi-million dollar businesses, just because if along with you there'll be 10 people more who are equally frustrated with that fact, they'll be ready to pay you to solve that. And it would be like, whoa, what a business idea. But it was as simple as what frustrated you the most. I'll tell you mine. Just to put things in the context, I'll tell you. So the one thing which frustrates me the most is wasted potential. And that is why I'm here. I cannot see people anxious, lost, worried, disappointed, just because they are not being able to find what they really want to do. They're not being able to find that passion, that dream. And the reason they come to me is just because they have a huge potential. They can achieve. They can be all big businessmen and women. But just because there's something which tells them that, you know what, we are not meant for it, I am not meant for it, I can't find it, they are wasting their potential, and hence years and hence age. And that is my concern. I have spent 7 years just running on a hamster wheel trying to find it when I could have easily spent just 1 year in trying to figure out, and I would have figured it out if I would have paid enough attention to my own self, if I had cared enough to remove that brain fog and focus on what I bothered about and not somebody else bothered about or somebody else cared about, and not compared myself to those people who are at my age who are running huge businesses. If I would have just cared enough about my own self, I would have been in a different place. So I do not want you to waste any further time on this. And that is what frustrates me the most. Wasted potential, wasted time. And that is why I'm here. So I have currently one slot open for a one-on-one coaching where I can help you find your purpose, find your vision, and convert it into $1 million business I personally try. I really want to help you build a life on your terms, a life by design, a successful life, just like how I did for myself. So if you are into this, please, please, please join the strategy call. You can book your strategy call through Calendly. The link is in description. But yeah, if you really are interested, please do join in. Until then, I'll see you with another live. We do lives every weekend at 11 a.m. IST on Saturday. So, yes, if you want to join in, please, please, please do join in. I would love to have any questions from you. If you do not want to join a live in case you're not getting time, please drop your questions on Discord and I'm guarantee that I will answer you there. Till then, I'll see you with another video. Thank you and bye bye.